My parents punished me because my brother had no friends, so he took it upon himself to prove why he had none, and they still sided with him. So I had to resort to drastic measures to finally get through to them, and it did not go as expected. My parents salivate on the ground my brother walks on, and today I'm sharing how karma finally caught up with them at my wedding. Growing up, there were two sets of rules, one for my brother and one for me. All he had to do was say the words, "Lily did," followed by something I supposedly did wrong, and I'd be punished immediately. No questions were asked, and I'd be immediately bent over my parents' knee and disciplined. Sometimes they did it so hard it hurt to walk. Once when I was 7, he told our parents I had broken one of his model airplanes. I was disciplined and sent to my room without dinner, despite the fact that I had been at a friend's house all afternoon. The worst part was that if he did something wrong, I would be the one to get punished too. If I caught him red-handed, I'd get in trouble for not minding my own business. Family outings were always to places he wanted to go, even during events meant to celebrate me. My high school graduation dinner, we went to his favorite seafood restaurant despite knowing I'm allergic to shellfish. "You can order a salad," my dad suggested. And as my brother got older, I missed the days where he ignored me or just acted entitled, because it wasn't long before I was covered in bruises from becoming his personal punching bag. But everything changed in middle school. His friends gradually disappeared, either moved away or realized what a jerk he was. I only discovered my brother had become a social outcast because we attended the same school. One day during lunch, I overheard some kids from his grade talking about him. "Gosh, Mosky is such a nightmare. Did you hear how he made fun of Mr. Peterson's dead daughter yesterday?" I, on the other hand, was generally well liked. I wasn't the most popular girl, but I had genuine friends who enjoyed my company. Once he noticed this difference, I somehow became even more of his constant target. He started making up elaborate stories about me to get me grounded. My parents started saying things like, "Your brother says those kids are troublemakers," or "Why can't you be happy staying home like your brother?" And of course, when I told them he was wrong, they'd hit me with the "he's older and knows better." The only thing that saved me from complete isolation was my network of cousins who lived nearby. And one day, I finally came clean. They invited me to join them for a mall trip, and while we were away from my parents, I took advantage of the situation. My younger self bluntly admitted I couldn't go, because my parents banned me from having friends since my brother couldn't keep any. This comment spread through the family grapevine like wildfire, and apparently, my aunts and uncles confronted my parents about it later. "Is it true you're punishing Lily because Mosky doesn't have friends?" my Aunt Sarah asked my mother. I got punished for lying and grounded for weeks, but after that, something shifted. My parents eased up slightly on the restrictions, but the damage to their perfect family image couldn't be reversed. And because everyone now knew about my brother's social failures, he switched schools. My parents immediately agreed despite the higher tuition and longer commute, but still, he never forgave me for exposing him. If anything, his mistreatment intensified. But it wasn't just him anymore. Him and his new friends would come over and bully me together. They'd make comments about my appearance, hide my belongings, or deliberately exclude me from conversations. Once they even put salt in my water glass and laughed hysterically when I spit it out. My mom just smiled indulgently, saying, "Boys will be boys, sweetie. They're just having fun." My cousins became my closest allies, because my parents treated them 100 times better than me. My cousin Jocelyn especially became like the sister I never had. Her house was the only place I could experience what a normal family dynamic felt like. Pretty much everything stayed the same for a while after that, until I turned 16 and got my first boyfriend, because for some reason my parents insisted on meeting him, despite my reluctance. "We have to make sure he's good enough for our little girl," my dad said. And maybe in a world where I actually believed he cared, this would be touching. But my boyfriend wanted to meet them, so one day I gave in, and he